Hey guys, another episode with me, with Turnbuckle Talk with me, Steven Spice, and I'm here with TJ Wilson, aka Tyson Kid.
What's up? That was a hell of an intro. That's the best intro I've ever had, ever, for any match or any podcast or any interview. So congratulations, you take the cake.
Thank you so much. So time to talk to me today. It means so much to me again. Watching wrestling saved my life.
Oh,
actually, it really did.
Wow.
So it's because I had 2 brain surgeries.
Yeah.
One is a rare condition called Chiari malformation. The doctor said, I can't believe that he's even still alive or walking.
Wow.
So I would have been dead by now or paralyzed for life because Chiari malformation makes your brain go into your spine.
Okay.
Because so actually I had to get brain surgery and get my part of my, I think my neck or my brain, I don't know.
Yeah.
Removed from my whole body, and now before it was tissue that was inside my head.
Yeah.
I had to get a second surgery that I had to get leather in my neck.
Really?
Yes.
How long ago was that second one?
Mommy?
Like, do you feel a lot better since you've had the second one?
Yeah. When was the second surgery? 2018 was my second surgery.
Okay.
So my first one was a living hell.
I understand. I can kind of understand.
My neck, I didn't have one of those neck braces. I didn't have that.
Did you have the halo?
No, none. Nothing.
Nothing. Wow.
So whenever I moved my neck and I had to turn over or anything, it was like, ah.
Yep.
So my first brain surgery, I was like, because the doctor broke the news to me where I couldn't go on a trampoline. I couldn't go on bouncy castles. I couldn't pursue my dream of being a wrestler.
I understand.
So I couldn't even ride roller coasters.
Me too. I can't ride roller coasters anymore either.
I know. Trust me. We're twins because I have the exact same scars right at the same spot.
Yeah, that's why when you talk about, being paralyzed or worse, I feel you. I was in the same boat. Little, different circumstance, obviously, but same kind of ramifications.
So yeah. So he told me all the breaking news. I was so devastated. I just said, I'm done. I can't do this anymore. Wow. I'm done with life. I can't go on more. So then I saw a video of John Cena saying, I can never give up. I've got to keep pushing through. So then I was like, I've got to be like John Cena. I'll never give up. I have to keep going.
That's so awesome.
I can't stop. We have to keep going.
Yeah, you're right.
So
I'm glad that you saw that.
Yeah.
In that time.
So I think it was a day after I wanted to give up on life.
Mm-hmm.
Was it? I can't remember because my first brain surgery was in 2016.
Okay.
So yeah.
Yeah. It's tough. It's easier to give up than it is to try to get to that other side. But once you get to that other side, you feel so much better.
My second brain surgery wasn't as like the first one because I wasn't used to the first one.
I
wasn't used to not moving my neck. So whenever it moved, it hurt. So I think it was because of the tissue. Because I had no structure there. It was just tissue. That's why it wouldn't work with me.
Yeah.
So when I got leather, I could move my neck. I just couldn't stand up. My head was heavier than an anvil.
I understand. Yeah.
Like my head was very heavy.
That's how my head was before my surgery. Well, from when I got hurt to before my surgery, my head was very heavy, but I had the neck brace the whole time.
So I had to start moving. And my first brain surgery, I had to learn how to go back up and down the stairs because I haven't used my legs in 2 weeks.
Wow.
Because I was lying in bed the whole 2 weeks.
Yeah, I understand.
So I had to take multiple needles. I know. So before we start,
okay,
we cannot say the word I just said.
Yep, I knew that. And another one.
Yeah.
Yeah. I got you.
It's only because of neurological.
I get it. You don't have to explain it to me. I get it, dude.
So the reason why I used to be like, whenever I got the N-word, I used to see it and I was like, cool, it's fine, I don't care. Because I had no feeling in this arm.
Oh.
So everything that happens to this arm, I never feel. Like,
even now, still?
Yeah, it's never gotten fixed since I was born.
Wow, okay.
6, I realized that I couldn't feel my arm.
Wow.
And now I think it's because I can't feel my arm. So now there's shocks coming up my shoulder. So whenever that happens, sometimes I'm even in the middle of a parking lot, the street, I just collapse. I'm done. My body just shuts down.
Wow, that's tough.
But now that's been 9 years of dealing with it. No, how many years? 9 years with dealing with it.
You can kind of tell when it's coming on.
No, I've been, as soon as it came on, I've been like calm and patient. It was painful. It's painful.
Yeah.
So yeah, like it's so painful. You can't even imagine.
Yeah, no, I get it.
So now when it happens, I can deal with it and I can do it alone. I could sometimes when it's like really bad and my mom's near me.
Yeah.
Last time when I went to the doctor and I was there for 4 days. 4 days. It was because of that. Because it got like it was like when I first got like diagnosed with the shoulder attacks. That's what I called it. So it was like that. It was now it's just like it's not that bad, but it's not as bad as the past.
I understand.
So the past, when I first started getting these shocks down my shoulder, it was like I had to grab something and grab my shoulder and bang against the bed. I was going nuts. Now, like before, like 2 months ago, I went to the doctors for it because it was like my old times. It was like painful.
Yeah.
So my mom had to sit through 20 minutes, 10, 15 minutes of me grabbing her side of the stomach where her ribs are and squeezing them.
Yeah.
So I have this hand. My dad's scared of this hand because whenever I hug him, I could accidentally make him not breathe. Sometimes I've made him choke.
I understand because you can't feel the amount of
feel
power.
Any pressure I'm going on.
Yes, I understand. Yeah.
So now it's not like that. So I don't really hug them that hard because I've gotten control of it. So the reason why I don't like the N-word, the N thing, I don't like that at all. Before it was cool. I don't like it anymore. You know why? There was this nurse that was just starting out and she wanted to test it on me. My luck that I got hurt.
Yeah.
So she just started. And so she messed up on my N-word. She messed up on it 3 times. She blew the IV 3 times. It ended up in my foot. And my hand was bigger than my finger. It was swollen. Since then, I think my hand has been bigger than my left hand. My right hand has always been bigger than my left hand.
Ever since then.
It's been bigger. And so she filed a complaint. My mom filed a complaint to the nurse and said, I don't want her near my son again.
I understand. Yeah. When it comes to medical stuff, you have to be so careful.
That was a traumatizing experience for me and her.
Yeah, of course.
We couldn't bear to last that. And I was awake when she did it.
Yeah, that's scary.
Like, that hurts. Even from my hand, it doesn't feel anything. That still hurt a little bit.
No thanks.
So, I don't know how much time you have, so I should get thrown into the questions.
Okay, no problem.
So, my first question is, before getting to the wrestling questions, I want to play a game. Get to know TJ Wilson. So it's like not wrestling questions.
Okay.
It's something like favorite color, stuff like that. Like random stuff.
Perfect.
So my first question is, what is your favorite color?
I'm gonna say, so this might change sometimes, but I'm gonna think maybe blue. I like blue a lot.
Oh, my favorite color too.
Yeah.
It used to be red, but then I was like, oh my God, I need blue.
I was gonna say red slips in there sometimes too, but I think blue.
Okay, we are actually twins. We have the scar.
Yeah,
we have the favorite colors.
Yeah.
I thought you were gonna say pink because of the Bret Hart.
Yeah, I mean pink's up there for sure, but I don't wear it a lot in my normal everyday life.
Yeah. So, and my second question for get to know TJ Wilson is,
yes, sir.
Is what is your favorite fast food? Mine is definitely, I can't pick. I love Burger King, Wendy's, and McDonald's, every single fast food you could think of. Pizza. I can't eat burgers because I'm getting surgery for it to get it out. My thing that makes me feel taste buds is too long. It's not supposed to be where it is right now. So they're gonna surgically remove it and remove stuff that's in my nose.
I understand.
So I'm gonna have to take 2 needles because I might have a cavity.
I'm gonna say, man, I'm the same. I like them all, but I'll just say McDonald's. I've been eating Big Mac since I was a kid. So
we seriously are twins because you said you like all of them. And what did I say? Wait, okay, I can't. This is making me confused. You're like a grown-up version of me.
And we both love wrestling too, but you have a lot more action figures than I do.
Okay, so you know what? I'm just gonna pursue my best to be exactly like you because I cannot.
That's awesome.
We're the same colors. We have, and especially because we changed from red to blue. And
I know.
Well, I've only done one change, but still, you actually changed from red to blue.
Yeah.
So like, it's making me so confused. It's like you came from the future of me.
Yeah, exactly. And now I'm talking to the past version of myself.
Yeah, like it's so cool.
Yeah.
Third question is, if you could be any animal, what in the world, what would it be and why?
Any animal? That's tough.
I know I would be a cheetah, so I can run across the whole world to get to every wrestling event in the whole world. I would just be a human, then cheetah powers.
And run really fast.
Especially if Tyson kid's there, I gotta go.
I was gonna guess a lion, which is close to a cheetah, or maybe like a whale or a shark. The ocean is very fascinating. So
I would actually be a cheetah because I thought you would pick a cheetah too because you know why?
Because
sometimes you can be late to wrestling events or late to be a producer. You can be like, oh no, I'm late.
Believe me, I'm always late. So you're right about that.
I gotta turn into a cheetah.
Exactly. And maybe that's my problem. Maybe that's why I'm always late for everything because I haven't thought about turning into a cheetah.
Honestly, if there was a wrestling event, let's say 20 feet away from me, I would be like, if
yeah, you would hustle
downtown, I would be like, taxi, Uber. Get in the car. You need to go past the speed limit. Let's go to this wrestling event. So honestly, I don't know about you, but I'm a big hardcore fan. Like the like Revolution, I love that match.
Okay.
I've seen Great Town. If you don't know what Great Town is, it's a wrestling event where one of my best wrestling buddies, I have loads, works there. His name is Channing Decker.
Okay.
He is more hardcore than I've ever known.
Wow.
He changed.
Yeah, that's not obviously my style as you saw, but I do
honestly,
appreciate the guys.
I think you're a different type.
For sure.
Of my friend. Because I have another friend that's named Aiden Prince. He high flies every wrestling match. There's not one wrestling match he's ever fought that he hasn't how to fly it in.
That's cool.
So speaking of Great Town, so there was a match where he fought the actual Sabu. He got him to fight, and he fought him.
Were you there?
They went off a balcony. They went through tables, chairs, ladders.
Wow.
One day it was my first Great Town event. So I said there was a table with Sabu's B word on it.
Yep.
I got every single person there to sign it. And it's like huge. It's like square huge.
Yeah. I know what you're talking about.
So I said, Dad, pick it up. Let's go. He actually brought it through the subway, through the subway.
The big piece of table?
Yeah, I kept the table. It's on my wall right now.
I love it. That's so awesome.
So
that must have been a great match to see live.
Oh, trust me.
I can see the impression it had on you. That's so awesome. That's what I love about wrestling.
It was more like it was awesome. Honestly, there was one time where they got Bluini and like he gets so
He's a good guy.
He gets so many ECW legends.
Yeah.
You can never imagine. Yeah. So my fourth question is, we gotta settle the debate.
Uh-oh.
Does pineapple belong on pizza?
I definitely grew up as eating Hawaiian pizza as a kid, so I'm gonna have to say yes. I don't really eat it much anymore. I try not to eat too much pizza, but as a kid, I mean, I ate a Hawaiian pizza a lot, so I think so.
So I because this is the gag reflex.
Yeah.
Everything I eat has to be the same. Everything, just my mindset is like I have to eat the same thing, or else it's.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
So I eat cheese pizza normally because it's plain cheese, it's rice, it's good.
Yep.
My dad likes Hawaiian though, so that's a good thing.
When I was a kid, I the movie Home Alone came out, and then he orders a cheese pizza, and I started eating cheese pizza a lot as a kid.
Well, honestly, every single Christmas except for this Christmas that just happened last year. Yeah. I've watched Home Alone.
Yeah. I love it.
We're twins. Like on the first Christmas, we didn't watch Home Alone until I was grown up.
Yep.
Like 4. We started watching it every Christmas.
You know what's funny is that I only saw it one time this year. That's so funny. You say that you didn't see it this year. I only saw it one time this year. Normally I see it 4, 5, 6 times every Christmas. That is so funny. That is so funny.
Twins.
Yeah, I know.
Bring your time machine. I want to go on the time machine and meet a caveman.
Yeah, let's go meet the caveman version of ourselves. He's somewhere.
Wait, no. Instead of the caveman, we could meet our own self as a gorilla. Just fingers. Man, gorilla. We need to have brain powers.
Yeah, we should go meet all the different versions. The caveman, the alien version, the future one.
We should be like, yo, let's go to space. Time warp. Space. Oh, hey, alien. Hey, predator. Hey, alien. Hey, xenomorph. If you know what they are. Do you know what predator is?
Yep.
You know what alien is?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so then we're like, hey, alien. Hey, predator, man. Hey, what's up, man? Peace, man. Oh, crap. They're coming after us. Get in touch. Back to Earth.
That's awesome.
My fifth question is, get to know TJ Wilson. What is your favorite holiday and why? Oh, sorry.
No, you go.
No, you go.
I was gonna say I think we just said it. I think Christmas. I think it's who doesn't love Christmas? It's hard.
Well, we are twins.
I know.
Like I love Christmas.
Yeah.
Christmas is my holiday. One, I just started before my Christmas love was a lot. Now it's super a lot because I just got these elves named Buddy. I named them Buddy and Candy Cane.
Uh-huh.
Well, Candy Cane came a little late because it was Buddy's friend, best friend.
Oh.
So they came last Christmas in 2020.
Mm-hmm.
And so they were moving around the house. They got us toys. They were the best elves they can ever be. One time for the last few days, they brought this elf magic. If you rub your hands with it, you can touch them and bring them around the house and bring them outside. You can touch them if you put the elf magic on.
That's cool, man.
Hey. Okay. So my sixth question is, if you could have any superpower, what would it be and why? Mine would be light, because imagine there's a wrestling event all the way in Hollywood. I live in Toronto. So I would be like, Superman!
And just go right there.
Is it a bird? Is it a plane? No, it's Steven Spice!
Hell yeah. I would probably say teleport. Teleport would be pretty awesome.
Oh my gosh. I don't like flying. I'm just going to do your move because if you just teleport, you don't need to do anything. You can just teleport to the rest of it.
Yep.
Don't need to do anything.
I don't have to go to any more airports. I don't have to do any more 300-mile drives.
You don't need to pay for anything.
Nope. You just appear.
I would either do teleportation or flight because you never have to pay for a plane ticket again.
Yeah. Be invisible would be pretty cool too.
Honestly, it would be really cool. But especially at Christmas. So you just walk into the room like, hey, Mom, hey, Dad. Ghost.
Exactly.
So, speaking of my mom and dad getting scared, my dad put down this filter that's like a razor. He put his phone against my mom's hair. She's like,
oh. That's a scary joke to pull. You might get in some trouble on that one.
He almost got punched in the niblets.
Yeah, no kidding.
Honestly, sometimes I love when they fight because they get weapons at you. I'm like, oh my god, who will win, mommy or daddy? Wrestling event starting tonight.
Big main event.
So they get sometimes they get lids of containers and smash against their backs and stuff. It's a real wrestling event, literally a real wrestling event.
That is hilarious.
They're meet the big guns.
And then you're just the announcer. It's easy, and you just got to call the action.
Honestly, I don't even announce it. They just do it out of random.
Mm-hmm.
Trust me, my dad. Technically, my dad starts the fights because he's the funniest man in the house.
I bet. I understand. Believe me, I'm usually in trouble too.
My seventh question is: if you actually do that to Natalia?
No, I try not to prank her too much, or I'll get in too much trouble.
Yeah. She's got Bret Hart on her side,
Yeah. I gotta stay on the good side.
So, if you could sit down with anyone, dead or alive, and have a conversation with, who would it be and why? It has to be one from each category, dead and alive. So I know I'm meeting John Cena already. I have to meet him, but I'm just talking about if I couldn't meet anybody in the whole world. If I couldn't meet John Cena and I couldn't do any of that.
Uh-huh.
So I would choose John for alive and Hulk Hogan for dead. No, actually, I would pick Ultimate Warrior. I would be Ultimate Warrior or Macho Man, because like I'd be snap into a Slim Jim, or
that's funny. So you watch a bunch of old matches, huh?
I watched the Bret Hart versus Yokozuna for the WWE title at WrestleMania. I watched a bit of the match where I've watched a bit of WrestleMania 1.
Okay.
I watched a bit of the main event where Mr. T and Hulk Hogan teamed up to fight Roddy Piper. And I forgot who was teaming up with.
Paul Orndorff.
I watch a lot of top 10s. I think I can't remember, but in 3 years I've probably seen you in one of my top 10s.
That's funny.
If I haven't by now, I'd be really mad because I didn't know how nice you were. You were like, you're so nice.
Oh, it's so good.
I'm like, if I didn't see you in one of my top 10s. Sometimes I watch this thing called Top 5. It's like top 5 wrestlers that have big injuries and threatening careers and all that. So I'll get back to you for your dead or alive.
I'm gonna say dead. I'm gonna say Tupac Shakur. I'm a big Tupac fan. He was a rapper. But if I was gonna keep it wrestling, I would say Macho Man.
Ooh. Wait. How are you doing this?
Yeah, Macho Man's one of my all-time favorite wrestlers.
I just said Macho Man.
Yeah, and
honestly, sorry for interrupting you. I'm very sorry.
No, it's okay.
I have the actual Slim Jim Macho Man.
Oh, really?
Boxed.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, it's like $200. Yeah. I got another figure that's $200 from Series 6. I got another figure that's worth $400. That's a cane.
You got to talk to my friends that do a action figure podcast.
Trust me, I talked to someone that does the show and tell, where you have to show around your whole wrestling collection. Yeah, I think we're gonna be, if I ever do that, I think we're gonna be here for a couple of days. If I ever do that with my friend that does that, the show and tell, we'll be here for a couple of days because I'm gonna show them each individual.
Sure will.
Here's my wrestlers. Oh, and there's also I don't even want to count how many picture frames.
I can't even imagine the actual number that you have.
I started collecting wrestling autographs when I went to the SummerSlam meet and greet. It's too bad that you weren't there with Natalia. I would have seen how nice you were, and I would have been more pumped up to meet you.
Yeah, I was there that day, but obviously I wasn't there at that meet and greet. But I was at what's the arena called now?
Scotiabank.
Scotiabank. It was the Air Canada Center.
Right at that moment, I was a little bit upset because I didn't meet R-Truth because I really wanted to hold the 24/7 belts. R-Truth
is awesome. He is a great person.
We didn't know. Honestly, he's one of my favorite wrestlers. He's hilarious.
He's so funny, isn't he?
So we're gonna get back to R-Truth later on.
Okay.
So, my mom's trying to tell me stuff to say, but I'm like, so which one is alive? I'm sorry for interrupting you whenever you're trying to say.
No, it's okay. I'm a big UFC fan, and so I think maybe GSP, who's a fellow Canadian, or Conor McGregor.
Hey, I have a limited edition figure of Conor McGregor.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and we have to box because we know his career is going to end soon.
I'm a big Conor McGregor fan.
So, and also, what was it? Oh, yeah. So, you want to see the limited edition figure that came out last year?
Yeah. Okay. Yep, I know that one.
2 heads, 2 hands,
mm-hmm.
separate hands, a belt. It's awesome. I like this figure a lot.
That's a cool figure.
So if I can get another one, I would open one. But see, we are smart. we smart. We keep stuff until we know that we can get an extra in boxed. Yep. Unless it's like Karrion Kross. You know Karrion Kross?
Yep.
I've been friends with him for a long time.
Oh, really?
I have an auto. I don't think I have an autograph. Oh yeah, I have 4 autographs from him.
That's cool.
And I've met him a bunch of times. Honestly, I there was one time he was in an Indies wrestling show back where he used to work before wrestling, before WWE.
Yeah.
Indies. So he was there, and it was like a huge lineup for him.
Wow.
To get his autograph, and he saw me, and he put me in front of the line.
Wow,
like,
that is so
Let
cool.
Steven through. Come on.
Oh, that's awesome.
He gave me a free T-shirt.
That is so cool to hear. I like hearing that about other talent.
So then, why was I talking about R-Truth again? I forgot.
You're talking about that you didn't meet him in Toronto. Oh, yeah.
So I'm glad I met Natalia, but it wasn't as thrilling because it wasn't like you. It's not like you because I didn't get to talk to her because she was on her way out.
And she had a big title match that night, so she's busy getting. Yeah, I understand.
So then I was a little bit upset because I didn't meet Archie because I really wanted to hold the 24/7 belt. We actually had a big wrestling fan. My brother loves the kid because he had this fake 24/7 belt. Just gave it to him. He's like, here. He just gave it to him. Like he just like, here, I don't really want this.
That is very cool.
Like it was surprising for me. I'm like, wait, what? That night was awesome except for the R-Truth. So, and you know why I didn't meet him?
Why?
If you were there and you saw it, I don't know if you saw it or not.
I'm trying to remember.
I didn't know why at first when I met him, but then I saw a YouTube video of it was Drake Maverick trying to get the 24/7 belt, and then Titus O'Neil jumped him in the garbage.
Okay. Yeah. Yep.
So it was too bad. So honestly, that SummerSlam thing went on for 2 days because I had to go in a hotel. Yeah, a hotel to go. So then I had to go to. So then I went to the second show, right?
Okay.
First, yep. I cried both of the days. I cried. It wasn't because of happiness. It's because I got sad. I really got sad.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you meant from happiness.
Yeah, I know. I know. Everyone thinks that because if it's like a wrestling fan, yeah, I know. It's fine. Yeah. You don't need to say sorry. I know what you mean. I know what you thought. So the only 2 people I wanted to see were Ricochet and Aleister Black.
Oh.
Those were the top 2 people that I wanted to meet.
Yeah.
The first day was Ricochet. I cried on the floor begging for the guy to put me because his line was closed. I couldn't go. But WWE assistant let me in the front of the line to meet him first.
That is awesome.
Baron Corbin was a really nice guy there.
Yep, he's a hell of a guy.
So then, when Aleister Black, we went to go meet Velveteen Dream, Zach Cody and Randy Orton, and so the line was long. That place, so that was a tough 2 days because how long the lines are for the WWE superstars. I had to like sit down on the floor, play my tablet, wait until we had to move.
I understand. Well, yeah, they can be long, those lines. The access.
So then we met. Then after Randy Orton, we met Aleister, but we weren't supposed to because his line was like closed off, done. He had too many people. So they let me in because I was since John Cena's not wrestling anymore. Yeah. I love Aleister. Aleister is like a big time.
That's your favorite guy?
Yeah, I hope he goes to the Indies because he's not being treated well. He's being buried.
Sometimes it just takes time.
Yeah. It takes time to win the WWE Championship. Sometimes it takes like a year, 3 years, 4 years. Who knows how much time?
Yeah. But he's very talented.
So I wanted to meet Velveteen Dream. But we wanted to meet Zach and Cody first because Zack Ryder and
Kurt Hawkins.
I got them mixed up with Zach and Cody.
Those are the guys that do the action figure podcast that I was talking about.
I love that. I love that show.
Yeah.
But I'm sad that they don't do the one on wrestling, or the ones that they used to on YouTube.
I think, I think just with the pandemic and stuff, I think they're gonna get back to it.
So now, I wanted to meet them. I met them, thankfully. I wanted to meet Velveteen Dream before them, but I think I wanted to meet them first.
Yeah.
So then I was gonna meet Velveteen Dream. Velveteen Dream's line was closed because of this one guy that said, "Yo, can you take a picture of me? My jacket off. You can sign these figures. You want to sign these figures? Can you sign this picture? Can you sign this picture?" He was like, he took 20 minutes to get past them. He took like 20 minutes. Plus the line was huge.
Yeah.
Like, he has no respect. He had no respect.
Yeah, he didn't care. He's just selfish.
Yeah. So then Velveteen Dream's line was closed.
That's not
I didn't
cool.
get to meet him. So yeah. But it was fine because I've heard online about rumors that it wasn't that good meeting him.
At the meet and greet?
Yeah, people said he wasn't interactive. I think he would be so much nicer. I think he was so much nicer. I think they're just lying.
Yeah, you just never know if someone's having a bad day or not. There's a lot of different things that go into everything.
There could have been a passing for him. It could have been a hard day for him, a harsh day.
Yeah. Just like we all.
Okay. Sorry for interrupting.
Oh no, I was saying it could be a hard day, just like we all have hard days.
I'm sorry, I just love talking. I'm just like
No, it's okay.
I'm sorry for interrupting. I interrupt you so much.
No, it's fine.
So before wrestling, what job did you want to pursue before when you grew up? Wait, what? I'm confused. Before wrestling, what job did you want to pursue when you grew up?
I always wanted to be a wrestler since I was 10 years old.
Well, before 10, what do you want to be?
Before 10, I didn't really think too much about it. I just kind of was being a kid. I guess maybe the usual fireman or a cop, but I realized real quickly that I wanted to be a wrestler. So that's what I pursued.
So I wanted to be a cop too.
Yeah.
So this one thing where we had to paint what we wanted to be and what we grew up. So then I painted a cop. It's actually a really good drawing. For a kindergartner, it was a really good drawing.
If I had to draw that, I would still be sitting there trying to draw it. I'm one of the worst artists of all time when it comes to drawing something.
Hey, no harsh. I have scribbles everywhere. I have mess ups everywhere. Everyone has mess ups. Even the most famous artists in the world. Everyone has mess ups.
That's true.
So then I drew it. But they hanged up my picture in the gym wall, on the gym wall.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And,
wow. Must have been a hell of a picture.
Yeah. Honestly, so then I figured out I cannot be a cop.
Oh.
Because of the whole whiplash. If I get a whiplash, I can die. There could be a lot of criminals.
Ugh.
So then I pursued my dream of being a wrestler. Then I got the heartbreaking news that I couldn't be a wrestler. Then I started to be either a manager, referee, or a producer like you, or a manager, or like a producer. No, or a reporter, or like one of those people that talk to wrestlers. So, yeah.
And now look at you. Now you are that. You're an interviewer.
I'm trying to get my channel to be big. So, do you have any habits of hobbies when you're not on wrestling and you have nothing to do?
I play a lot of video games.
Hey!
Yeah, I play a lot of video games. I mostly play sports games. That's what interests me.
I have 2K18, 2K20, 2K19.
Yeah.
I have I play. Trust me, if I could, I would create a YouTube channel just about Fortnite YouTube videos. Like it would just be nonstop wrestling games or
you should
Fortnite,
do that
because like I'm a big gamer.
Yeah, you should do that.
Have you ever heard of the game Little Nightmares?
I think my nephews play it.
I just played the part 2 demo, and I also played the part 1. I'm playing part 1 now.
Yeah.
So yeah, my 10th question is: who was your hero growing up, and who is your hero now?
That is a great question. My cat's playing with this thing. My hero growing up, I don't know, maybe Bret Hart or Michael Jordan, one of those two.
Okay.
When I was a kid.
Now,
that's a great question. Now I look up to guys like Muhammad Ali, maybe in a lot of funny ways, Vince McMahon.
Honestly, you're lucky to not be in the Attitude Era, because you would get an injury way faster than you did.
Maybe. I was pretty resilient.
I know. You were a very outside-the-box thinker. Speaking of outside the box, let's play a game. It's called Think Outside the Box.
Okay.
We have 1 minute, So we put on a song usually until the song ends. That's when you have to stop drawing. It's like a drawing game. You have to have paper and a marker and pencils and all that. So
yep, I have a pen and a piece of paper, but I also have my cat sitting on it right now.
So Think Outside the Box is a game where you get one piece of drawing. Like this one, you cannot draw stairs. You cannot draw stairs. You can draw anything but stairs. Sideways. You can turn it sideways. You can turn it upside down. You cannot draw stairs. See, honestly, I'm a little bit sad because I wanted to draw steel steps for a wrestling ring.
Oh, gotcha. I understand.
But I can't.
Okay.
Are you ready to play?
Yep.
See if you recognize the song. I love this song. This song is my favorite song.
I can't hear it. Just wait.
Oh, it's been on for a while.
I'm trying to hear it. I'm gonna get off my paper, please. Get off my paper, dude.
Okay, so it hasn't ended. I'm just saying what the song is, so you can put it on yours, so you can hear it louder.
Okay.
So it's your theme music.
Oh, I figured it was. So do you just draw whatever you want then? I don't.
Draw whatever you want except for stairs.
Except for stairs. Okay. Oops. I'll try drawing this. Won't be a great drawing.
Draw that shape. It has to be this shape.
I have to draw that shape?
You can put it upside down, anywhere. Just it has to be that shape, and you can't draw stairs.
Okay. So like that?
So, sure.
Was that too many?
I did 3 steps for mine.
You did 3.
I don't care what you do. It's your choice.
1, 2, 3, 4. I did 6.
Dang. I don't know how you can draw that much. I can't even draw that much for sure. I would fail in a second. I'm just saying.
My paper. Just lie down.
What's an interesting fact that someone might not know about you?
I got hit by a car when I was 9 years old.
What?
Yeah, and I was in the hospital for 3 days.
Wow, I think you're a bigger warrior than me.
No, not even close.
I think I choked on your words. You're crazy. I think that you're a bigger warrior than me because one reason only. You've been hit by a car when you were 9. I'm 9 and I haven't even been hit by a car.
Well, you've come through some much tougher things
than that. I did surgery when I was 5.
Yeah, see.
But still, you've been hit by a car. I'm glad my dad's safety for me because he never lets me walk across the street by myself. Never.
Good.
So, got any other interesting facts, though?
I'm trying to think. I own 5 cats.
5?
Yeah.
You can even. I only have 3 dogs, and they're hard enough to handle.
Yeah, but the dogs are a lot more work. They need to be walked.
I just created a new question. So honestly, I think dogs are a little bit too much work because they have to go outside. Your cats can just go and do the litter box.
Yes, sir.
But I feel bad for you, man. Imagine how many litter boxes you have to change a day.
Yeah. That's okay. But it's worth it.
Our family needs to change the puppy ads twice a day. You probably have to change the litter box, let's say 5 times a day.
Yeah. One per cat per day.
Wow. Can I see your cat if that's okay with you? You could say no.
Yeah, no, for sure. Let me just see what he's up to. Let me just turn this because he's laying down. I don't know if you can see him.
So cute.
Louis. He's lying down on the table right now. And then I have other ones, but they're all running around.
So you drink and eat Starbucks?
Yeah, I'm a big Tim Hortons fan, but we don't have it here. I'm in Florida.
Oh my God. Honestly, you're me? Because I love Starbucks. I love their cake pops.
Oh, yeah.
And my mom loves Starbucks because she loves their drinks.
Yeah.
And my parents combined love Tim Hortons.
Yeah, I love Tim Hortons.
Especially my dad. He would if he didn't get his coffee for today, if he didn't get 3 or 2 cups a day,
yeah,
one of us would be dead in the house. He would be a wild grizzly bear.
I get that. I understand that feeling.
Like, geez, he's a savage. Bougie savage.
That's funny.
Like the TikTok song, Savage.
Yeah, I've seen that TikTok.
Trust me. When it comes to my TikTok, no one takes my tablet away.
Oh. Yeah.
Pretend I'm watching a YouTube video. Peacefully, someone takes my tablet.
Like a dog.
Or I'm eating some food, right?
What's that?
Sometimes I'm eating food, right? Like my brother. Me and my brother are like, and you try to take my parents try to take my food sometimes. I'm like,
like a wild animal.
One time, I honestly, I don't tell much people this, but someone kept saying, "Oh, it's so cute" to me and touching me. So I'm like, I actually bit her finger on accident.
You bit them.
And it wasn't one of my family members. It was a complete, it was my classmate.
Wow.
So, and she had a cut on her finger.
Yeah.
And it was dewarding.
Yeah.
So, I don't really say that to many people. So, now it's going on the air. It's going to go to
now the cat's out of the
bag.
bag.
I did that, so they don't mess with me.
Yeah.
Ever. Now they know my dominance.
Little do they know, Steven
One
Spice
day,
will bite you.
I'll be the ruler of this world.
Steven Spice not afraid to bite you if he has to.
So, I have some interesting facts about myself.
Yeah, I'd like to hear them.
One would be that obviously I love wrestling.
Yep, I can see that.
Honestly, I think how many wrestlers I have. An interesting fact about me is, well, in my opinion, is how many wrestlers that I've bought and how many wrestlers I have. I think I've spent $3,000 in a year.
Wow.
Before.
Wow.
And over the years, I spent 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 10,000 a year. 10,000 over the 3 years.
I'm collecting all these action figures.
And some of them weren't even the price that they're supposed to be. Like $30, $34 plus tax.
Yeah.
No, $30 plus tax equals $34. So some of them were $100, $300.
Yeah,
$400.
Yeah.
Limit? You want to know our limit? It's $500.
That's the limit.
Usually we bid on some, and so my mom had the brains because we entered this auction. So it's like there's 15 mystery autographs.
I understand. Yeah.
I got so many good people in there. I got like Axe and Snatcher.
That's awesome.
It was an awesome pack. So
what's your most valuable action figure?
Oh, easy. Probably the cane that I own. That's $400.
Wow.
Yeah. Actually, it's not the cane. I think it's my gold dust. That's $200. I think it's worth way more because it was from Series 6.
That's crazy. You have a great collection.
Actually, you want to know a secret? Because since you said we were talking about Starbucks before.
Yeah.
My brother used to work at a Starbucks. I got free cake pops. Free.
That's a great hookup to have.
But he quit the job because I'm glad because he's going to start making movies.
Oh, that'll be really cool.
I'm so getting the movie whenever he gets a movie.
Yeah, you better
acting lessons.
You better put you in some starring roles.
Actually, I would be too shy to be in front of one camera. Even though I've been in the news 3 times. I'm a little bit shy.
You don't seem like it. You seem all right.
Honestly, it's because it's a wrestle.
I understand. I'm the same way.
I'm on the news. You know how many people watch the news? A billion people. On my channel, only like 200 and something, 260 watch it. There's a billion people watching the news.
Yeah, that's
true. So I think there's a big difference.
That's true.
So, what's your favorite game?
My favorite game? I play a lot of NBA, 2K21.
I thought you were playing wrestling because you're a wrestler.
Yeah, so like video games, like I play them a lot, especially when I was wrestling, would kind of be my escape. So I used to play a lot of wrestling games when I was younger, but I haven't played as many the last few years because it was kind of like video games would be my escape from wrestling, my little break from wrestling. So I didn't want to play wrestling games.
So do you have 2K1?
Yeah, I have a bunch of the WWE 2K games. I have a bunch of them.
If you had 2K1, My address is Lawrence West. It gets everybody every time.
That is awesome.
I don't know if you watch my channel.
I'm going to. I'll subscribe right after this.
You don't even know my name, do you?
Yeah.
You don't even know my YouTube name, do you?
I'll find it.
It's Steven's Wrestling Journey.
I knew it from the email.
So honestly, even though we're in the middle, my mom told me to do it at the end. Oh, wait, no, actually, I'm gonna wait until the end so you can know. You have to wait until the end.
Gotcha. I have to go in a few minutes because I actually have a wrestling practice that I'm doing tonight.
Okay, so it's done. So I drew a Minecraft cave. What did you draw?
What? I didn't realize. So look, I started. Let me watch. I'll quickly finish this. What I was drawing.
No, it's okay if you don't finish it.
No, watch. I'll show you.
My questions. And I have 6 pages long.
I was drawing. Not a good one, but a wrestling ring.
Oh my! Awesome. You're better than my drawing, actually.
No, yours has like colors stuff. Mine's just plain.
Because you didn't have any colors. You were prepared. That's fine.
That's true.
I saw you on YouTube clip. Where are you when you were given a special knife from Dusty Rhodes? What did it mean to you when you received it? Because you only give that to special people.
It meant a lot to me. Cody gave me that after Dusty passed away.
No, Cesaro did.
Yeah, but it was from Cody though. Cesaro gave it to me, but it was from Cody. Yeah, it meant a lot to me. I still have it, obviously, and I'll have it for the rest of my life. But it just was a cool thing. And a lot of people who worked with Dusty, especially in NXT, they did have a good bond with him. But I had a very close bond with Dusty, and he helped me a lot and was very, very good to me.
Okay, so what was with you and what was with R-Truth and your cats on the episode of Divas when everyone was at your house?
R-Truth has a terrible cat phobia. He has a fear of cats.
It was either you didn't want them to scare the people.
Yeah.
Or R-Truth had a phobia.
Yeah, R-Truth is afraid of cats.
What are your names, cats? What is your cat's names?
So I have 5. I have Charlotte, Louie.
Charlotte Flair! Woo!
Louie, Machiavelli, Boo, and Two Paws.
Coupon. My old cat's names were Buster and Zippy.
Oh, Buster's a great name. I love it.
Yeah, like Hulkbuster.
Yeah.
We had to give them to our grandmother.
I see.
Recently, you spent some time with Natty working with Brody Lee Jr. What does it mean to you to help him with his dreams of becoming a wrestler like his dad? Sorry for being so quick. Is it because I really want to get past these questions because I don't want you to leave without me asking these questions.
Oh, it's all good. No, yeah, it's awesome. Being able to help kind of train him and work with him is really cool. And I think, that's kind of this kid. I've known Brody Jr. for a while, and he's loved wrestling like the whole time I've ever known this kid. So it's very cool to see him in the ring and see him like picking everything up is very cool.
Before Brody passed, he actually sent me a message with Brody Lee Jr. and him included. So that's why I really wanted to interview him, but he passed.
Yeah, he's a great person.
Okay, so if you are a wrestling fan, more than likely you would know about Hart Dungeon. What was it like to be trained in there and be the final graduate?
It was very hard training. It was very tough. It was very grueling, but it was very good because it was helping train us for the future and to be able to, for more than just in-ring stuff, but to get through day to day, the grind of being on the road. And it was a lot of pressure and a very cool thing that I'm the last person to come from there. But, I'm trying to carry on that tradition. And now like I'm training my own people in that same manner as I was trained in the dungeon.
Okay, honestly, as you said, it was hard. Of course, it's gonna be hard if you're trying to get into the Hart Foundation. You know
yes, that? Exactly.
That would be so hard. I would push up like, gotta get up.
Have you ever seen? There's a match. It's from Fully Loaded, 1998, and it's Ken Shamrock versus Owen Hart in the dungeon on pay-per-view.
Oh, I'm so watching that.
Yeah, you should check it out. It's really cool.
Trust me, I'm gonna watch that right after this.
I'll send you a message so you can see what show it's at. I'll show you.
What was your most memorable match in your career and why?
Either I had a singles match with Rey Mysterio on WWE Superstars. That was very fun. And Rey Mysterio was someone I looked up to a lot. And also wrestling. We wrestled DX once on Christmas Day. And so that with DH Smith, so that was awesome. It was cool to wrestle Shawn Michaels and Triple H.
I don't think I have a brain anymore because it just exploded what you said, DX. Because Shawn Michaels, I'm sorry, because of the Hart Foundation, the studio, I'm sorry, but Shawn Michaels is one of my favorites.
Yeah, he's one of my favorites too.
So, in 2015, you received a career-ending injury. One where you defeated the odds and survived. How hard was it for you to know that you wouldn't be able to wrestle again? And what gave you the strength to keep fighting? Like mine says John Cena.
Yeah. So it was very hard because I've been wrestling for 20 years at that point. Almost exactly 20 years. And so it was very tough. And I had to almost figure out what I was going to do with the rest of my life. And what kept me fighting was just the way I'm wired. It's just my spirit inside of me is to not give up. So I had to keep fighting, and I didn't know what would be on that other side of things, but I knew I had to get to that other side and feel normal again. And I knew it would be a process. And with the surgery and the injury, I knew it was going to take a lot of time, and it did.
Okay, so you have been both in the ring and behind the scenes as a WWE producer.
Yep.
What advice would you give to wrestlers that want to wrestle for the WWE?
Watch as much wrestling as you can and study it and figure out why people are doing certain things when they're doing them, and get as many matches as you can and get your name out there as best as you can. I know some ways it's hard. In some ways with social media, it's a little bit easier than it used to be, but it's a matter of figuring out that formula and to keep growing. And you don't want to stagnate and just plateau.
So since you like UFC, I know that I'm 9, but technically it's okay. I just watched the movie Kick Butt, but it's in a different word. It's in a different.
Yep, I know the movie.
Yeah. So, honestly, as soon as I saw Chuck Liddell, I'm like, wait, is that Chuck Liddell?
Yeah. That's so funny that you didn't recognize Chuck Liddell.
I had a figure of him, so.
That's cool.
We had to sell it. Still a very young wrestling fan. Well, I've been wrestling for 3 years, so technically not. So the WWE. Oh wait, what are 5 matches I should watch on the YouTube in your opinion?
Bret Hart versus Steve Austin from WrestleMania 13. Of course, and I'm sure you've seen it, Shawn Michaels versus The Undertaker, WrestleMania 25.
I don't think I've seen that one.
The British Bulldog versus Owen Hart for the European title. The first European title.
Wait, are you talking about the Shawn Michaels versus Undertaker in the Hell in a Cell? The first Hell in a Cell?
I mean, that one too, but that one's amazing. But no, the one from WrestleMania in 2009.
Oh, okay, I haven't watched that. I've watched clips of the first Hell in a Cell.
Rey Mysterio versus Eddie Guerrero at Halloween Havoc, 97. And maybe trying to think. Maybe Steve Austin versus The Rock from WrestleMania 17. Or sorry, The Rock versus Hulk Hogan from WrestleMania 18.
Oh, I saw pictures of
it. Toronto. It's in Toronto.
Oh, I wish I was a wrestling fan. They would have so bought me tickets.
That's so funny.
So, wait, before I get to the next question, have you ever been attacked by a fan? Because I just watched this video of been attacked by fans.
Not quite. Not quite. Almost, but not quite.
Okay. Wait, what do you mean almost?
Like a fan tried getting in the ring, but then security got him first.
Was it before you surgery or after?
No, I was in the ring.
Okay, so a lot of your moves place on top of the ropes. How hard is it to balance on the ropes? Like there's little tiny.
Yeah.
I really want to meet Undertaker to ask him. He's huge. How does he balance on the ropes?
Yeah, it takes a lot.
I've got to ask you first.
It takes a lot of practice and a lot of, I guess, believing in yourself and just like knowing that you're going to fail a few times, but you just have to like keep getting up and know that like you will get the hang of it.
Okay, so wait, when I interrupted you, what were you saying? I'm sorry for interrupting you, by the way.
No, I was just saying that it just takes a lot of practice to get that balance and to trust yourself and know that like you're going to be okay.
Okay, this is my last sheet of questions.
Okay.
So my follow-up to that question is, what of your signature moves or finisher moves was your favorite to do and why?
I always like doing the springboard elbow.
I knew it.
Just because I thought I did it better than most.
That's the one I love the most because it's just unique. What you guys like? It's like the front on the forearm, but you flip over the ropes like yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
It's awesome.
Thank you.
So my 12th question is: in 2019, Natty and Bret Hart were attacked by a dumb fan, which he didn't know he would get punched in the face by multiple wrestlers. How scared were you for your family's safety?
Yeah,
I was definitely more scared than anybody.
Yeah, definitely scared, but luckily they were okay. And once I realized they're okay, then I was okay. Yeah, we'll go in a minute.
Sorry for taking your time this long. I'm so sorry.
It's okay, dude. I just have this practice. Everyone's
My
gonna be
last and final question is as you know, I will never be able to wrestle because of my condition, but I would love to be in the wrestling industry. Can you please give me some advice on how I can achieve my dreams, like becoming a referee, manager, reporter, or producer like you?
I mean, yeah, there's a million options. I think, doing this YouTube show like you do, it definitely it helps, and it'll keep gaining steam and keep gaining momentum. And just keep working on, and you're doing a great job at public speaking and things like that. And just keep that love for wrestling, and I think it'll all work itself out.
Okay, so thank you for being an inspiration to me, and I want to say thank you so much for taking the time to talk to speak with me. And hey, maybe if you guys ever come to Toronto, I could shadow you for a day. You won't even know I'm there. I'll be riding on your back like a monkey.
Exactly. I won't even know you're there. Not a big deal. I had my pleasure coming on the show. It's been really fun talking to you.
So before you go, can you tell everybody that's watching this to subscribe for me, please?
Yeah, my advice would be, if you don't want to be on Steven Spice's bad side, I would hit subscribe. I'd hit the notification bell. I would like this video, and I'd probably comment too, just to make sure that you don't end up on the wrong side of Steven Spice, because you don't want to do that.
And you don't want to lose a finger.
You definitely don't want to lose a finger. I need all 10 of them.
Thank you, TJ Wilson.
Oh, my pleasure.
Thank you, Tyson Kid and TJ Wilson. So thank you so much. It means, you don't know how much this means to me.
It's my pleasure.
So that was my video with TJ Wilson. I'll see you next time on Turnbuckle Talk with Steven Spice.